Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, the Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, May 11th. Catch us live on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Check out that Twitch handle at @dfrizzy_Frizz5. Or if you're only seeing part of the show today, we're available on podcast tomorrow, Apple, Spotify, everywhere you get your show. We're there. Hook your boys up, rate, subscribe, review. I'm hyped now. When the music starts, D just goes fucking crazy. And I just peek over and see him going absolutely bananas. It got me going. So I'm back. You re-energized me. We're going to talk a lot of basketball today. We had the NBA draft lottery last night. So we'll go over some of that and what happened with the lottery. We're going to do the obituary for the 76ers. And I'm just going to safely say the Lakers are dead in the water at this point. So we're going to eulogize them, would be the correct term. And we're going to talk about the Spurs Timberwolves series, which thus far has been the best playoff series. But first, D, what it do?
What up, brother? What up? What up? Happy Monday, man. What a Monday, if that. How's everything going with you?
Dog, I had a shitty, like the most craziest 3 days, dog. Like Friday, my fridge broke. I didn't tell you my fridge broke. That's like the worst thing too, by the way, when you notice your fridge broke, but you notice too late because shit's just melting out your freezer.
Broke isn't like the cooler.
Like it stopped cooling stuff. It wasn't refrigerating. It was a refrigerator that didn't refrigerate anymore.
That's not good. Yeah, because that's panic mode for sure, because there's a lot of shit that can go in the refrigerator. What happened?
Yeah. No, a part broke in the back of it. Thankfully, I was able to fix it. I figured out what it was.
Fixed the part.
Yeah. I figured out what was wrong. I had to buy a new part and replace it. Did some wiring.
Okay. You know, that's not bad then. Good for you. Good for you.
I had to throw out a shit ton of food at that point.
True. It's better than buying a new fridge.
Yeah, yeah. I actually called our guy, Adam Houghton, up. I was behind the fridge and there was a shit ton of wires. I'm like, I should call the electrical.
Let's get an electrical engineer on the line. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I put these wires together? He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
What happens if I clip the red wire here?
Wasn't helpful, by the way, but
no.
I appreciate the confidence he gave me.
He was there for support, for moral support. A couple months, that's all. I feel like over a year now. Over a year ago, similar situation with us with the dishwasher and leaking. So like, obviously, when your refrigerator goes out, it's like, oh damn, all this cold is gonna come out. All this food is gonna go bad. When you're running your dishwasher, water is now leaking, and when you see water in your house, you're like, what the hell?
Never.
So yeah, I'm glad that you fixed it. And the dude that like came was like, hey man, just go get this piece. It's $20 off of Amazon. It'll fix your problem. Versus if I do it, it's gonna be like $400. I was like, thank you for that. I really
solid.
Yeah, solid clutch right there. And he's like, it's gonna cost me this to come out when you could just order this from Amazon. And that's all it was. It's just a little piece to go fix.
So yeah, we started with that, and then obviously Mother's Day is Sunday, and that's, I don't know how you do it. Like I did like a itinerary this year.
Okay.
And I had planned from like 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I ran through that day, man. I was just exhausted. I couldn't show it though or say it. I'm just like, yeah, I got this, I got that, I got the kid now, I got this, made it the perfect day, but man, it was fucking exhausting.
Well, I text you and I was like, yo, tell the Mrs. Emily, right? I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah. I was like, tell her I said Happy Mother's Day. And you're like, thank you. Running on empty. I was like, my bad, bro. My bad.
I don't know if it's any old people, like we're old heads now and doing the show, any old heads listening or in the audience, whatever. But the thing that really took me out was the brunch. Because I don't know if I can't have a drink during the day anymore.
Lightweight. Like, I love it.
Not that I'm like,
let me get some mimosas.
No. I'm not getting drunk, but I'm like, after I have a couple mimosas, I'm like, I want to just lie down.
Yeah.
And I got a 4-year-old and it's Mother's Day. So it's not my time to lie down. I'm like, no, you go lie down and relax. I got this. And I'm like, damn, it's going to suck.
Yep. I feel you on that one. Al, thankfully, and this, I mean, what she want to do, she likes to just leave me the hell alone. Like we did it. We had some stuff that we did in the morning. Like I told you off air, like we went and joked around, looked around at some houses. Then we came back and she was just like, I'm going into the room and I'm going to go read this multiple books for hours. So, all right. That was it. It just took her in when she wanted a certain restaurant that's around here called, or takeout that's called Culver's. Drove to Culver's, got her what she wanted and called it a day.
Hey man, as long as the missus is happy on Mother's Day, that's all that matters.
Want to talk sports?
Let's talk some sports. All right. NBA draft lotteries last night. I know you don't follow it that much, actually. It was 3 p.m. Eastern time. Top 4 picks, right? Because the top 4 select are figured out by the lottery. Wizards 1, Jazz 2, Grizzlies 3, Bulls 4. Just first of all, before we get into all the nuances of all things that happened around that, not the craziest draft lottery, right? Because in the past couple of years, we saw Mavericks jump up from I think like 12 or 10th odds to number 1.
To first.
We had pretty much 4 teams that were the worst 9 teams in the league. I think the Bulls were the lowest odds to get in the top 4. I think there were 9 or 10 positioning to enter the draft lottery. Nothing too crazy. Wizards were the worst team in the NBA this year, record-wise. Got the number 1 pick. I'm okay with the top 4. Like, I'm happy with who got the top 4 picks.
Only like chiming in for this, I would say, because it really doesn't matter to me, is it's annoying to see the same teams. And when you see the Wizards year after year after year after year in the top 3, and then you see the Jazz year after year after year after year in the top 3, like
the Jazz
actually,
the Jazz, fun historical fact, the Jazz in the history of the lottery have never moved up. This is actually the first time they've actually moved up in the lottery.
What do you mean moved up?
The Jazz, the past, I don't know how many years, have finished with one of the worst records and never won the lottery. Like, never made it in the top 4.
Oh, really? I thought they were always top 5.
They were 5 last year, I think. They were like 6th the year before that. They've never actually moved up to the top 4.
In position, okay.
And the Wizards have never got a number 1 pick.
They just happen to be always in the lottery. Is that what it is?
The last lottery pick they think they had was John Wall.
Really?
They've just been.
What I feel like they just been bad. Okay, maybe that's.
Oh, actually, no. Alexander Sarr. Excuse me.
They just had Sarr. Okay.
3 years ago, but they've never won it.
Okay.
The Grizzlies, like, you know,
that's what stopped at them. It was just the Jazz and the Wizards. I see. Just maybe it's just because recency bias of like the last 3 years. Yeah, it's just you just see and
maybe they'll finally move out of the bottom now. Who knows?
I mean, look, and there was like I know you said I didn't really follow the lottery. I'm on like the platforms, so like social media wise, there's a big thing about like the way that AJ DeBonsa like responded to the Wizards getting number 1. Like, I'm glad you just did that. For those that didn't get to see it, like Trudeau just did, the eye roll. Like, come on, let's not make stories just to make them, please. But like, yeah, of course, nobody wants to go to Washington. Like, that's
well, the funny thing.
It's not but I'm saying they're not historically winning programs or organization. So like, yeah, I could see that being frustrating, but like, if it happens to go the right way, like they still got Trae Young, they still got AD, they'll have AJ. So like, who knows what Alex Sarr, like that 4, I'm not saying it's going to be healthy and is an Eastern Conference Finals like contender, but like it's something that you can at least go, all right, cool. Maybe after 7 years of us being shitty, it might actually pan out to us no longer being shitty, and we might make a run for the play-in. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least there's that with them taking DeBonsa first.
Well, before we get into the AJ DeBonsa first thing, my understanding is that he's a very like business first guy. He doesn't like show very like he's not very emotional guy. So like that could be part of it. But secondarily to that, like strangely enough, where he might have wanted to go was the Jazz, which no one's ever said that in the history of the NBA. So the Jazz owner, Ryan Smith, he's a huge booster for BYU. So Ryan Smith's been cutting AJ DeBonsa checks for the past year. And AJ DeBonsa actually did his high school ball, his prep school ball in Utah. So he's had a relationship with the owner of the Jazz, Ryan Smith, for a very long time already.
That makes sense.
I think part of it's probably, hey, I'm either going to Utah or Washington. I'm cool going to Utah because like I already know the owner very well. He's already been paying me millions of dollars. But there is actually debate at number 1. Like with this draft, like I think DeBonsa goes first, right?
You would think so.
But the top 4 is pretty damn good. And you could make an argument for Boozer, number 1, which I mean, I don't think he would number 1. Or you can make an argument for Darren Peterson. There's no guarantee that Washington takes DeBonsa. I think they will, considering how their roster is constructed. But like, there's no guarantee. There could be weird stuff at the top of this draft.
You're not wrong, and I didn't really understand. I guess you got to go off of just potential with Peterson. Like the off and on the court during the regular season than like on, but not really during March Madness when he was at Kansas. Like, I don't trust that. That's me personally. I'd be like, I steer clear of that one. But again, this is the NBA.
What I've heard from scouts, like on
Mhm.
podcasts about Peterson, is that his whole approach has been, even from high school, is like the college
Get into the NBA.
the 1 year of
Yeah.
college is just a step in the process. I don't really care about the college basketball. Like, he was apparently filthy,
Right, I believe
filthy
that.
in high school. Like, if he would have been a guy, like if he was coming out straight out of high school last year, well, not last year, but like he could be like a number 1 overall pick. And there was
I
question,
hope so.
there was question whether he took the college game seriously, right? Because even if you think about the NBA game versus the college game, it's a different style of basketball.
Mhm.
I mean, didn't care about chiller in the college game. And like when it came to, oh, I feel a little banged up, I'm saving my body for the NBA. Like, I'm not here to go to school. I'm here for the NBA.
He's a
So like,
hooper.
that might be part of the reason why like people soured on him. There still could be a chance he goes number 1, but I think Debance is probably the safe bet. By the way, with the Wizards, like this, you mentioned it briefly. The Wizards could have like a really good core now because
Yeah.
they were trashed during the end of last season, but they purposely said, AD, sit on the shelf, buddy. I mean, granted, we can't count on AD for health. You know that as a Lakers fan.
He was gonna sit on the bench anyway. It didn't matter if he was ready or not.
Trae Young, he was playing at Atlanta, and they just said, "Oh, your hamstrings hurt. You're not going to play." He played a handful of games, so they're going to have potentially as a starting 5 next year: Trae Young, AJ Debanta, Alex Sarr, Anthony Davis, and I like Sarr, and Keyshawn George. Like that's a good starting 5.
It's a core that you can go, let's see if we can get something done here. Like I don't trust obviously George. I really don't. I know you tried to get me onto that train at the beginning of the season and then it kind of like fell off from me. But I could see them because Trae Young's not done. For those that like just want to just say like he's trash, he's cooked, like you don't lose your shot and you don't lose your passing ability. Those stick with you for your entire career. And Trae Young can shoot. We know he can. Is he a volume shooter? Yes. Is he as accurate as Steph Curry? No. But he's a volume shooter where if he has other people that can draw attention away from him, he's going to score. And he's led the league in assists too. So he's not a selfish point guard. So if you can get him surrounded by a healthy Alex Sarr, a playmaking, finishing interior presence as AJ Debonsa, there's your 2 bigs right there. All you need is but AD's not. I'm not banking on him. I'm saying he's not part of the future. AD's probably done in 3 years. I'm not saying that he's going to retire. I'm just saying like his body is probably going to give up in by at least 3 years from now. But Sarr is going to be around. Debance is going to be around, and Trae Young's game is going to stick around. So like those 3 is what I'm saying. Like you could get one good wing player. Free agency doesn't have to be a top tier guy, but like your second tier 6'7", 6'8", shooting small forward. And now you look at going from a play-in team to a potential first round team, not a 1 through 4, but your 5, maybe 4, so 5 or 6 seed. That's the process that you're hoping that this team does because they're not going from where they're at now to a top 3 seed in a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because we have usually you think the draft lottery in the draft, right? Like as a bad team, they get a young star and it takes like 3 or 4 years to maybe make the playoffs and develop a core around them. With the Wizards and Jazz finishing 1 and 2 in this draft lottery, these are 2 teams that the Wizards could be a play-in / playoff team next year, probably more of a play-in team, like a 7 seed.
Yeah.
Right? So immediately out of the basement. And the Jazz, I'm calling it right now, D. The Jazz will finish top 6 in the West. They are a playoff team. And granted, it's the Jazz. They suck, right? They made moves to add Jaren Jackson Jr. Like this team was supposed to be good. They were good at the beginning of the season. Hear me out. They were good at the beginning of the season, and they purposely flipped the switch to tank mode. So you have Keyshawn George, or Keontae George, excuse me, who looks like a bona fide star. You have an all-star in Lauri Markkanen. You just added JJJ. You're getting Walker Kessler back, and you're probably going to add Peterson. Like that's a really, really good core right there. And they're deep because they've been just accumulating guys for the past couple of years. Like 1 and 2 could be immediately out of the basement after these picks.
if Keontae George can turn into a point guard that we want,
Keyshawn's the one in Utah.
no, Keontae George is in Utah.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Sorry, you threw me off. I was like, I'm usually bad with names, dude.
You're correct.
Keontae, I don't like. I'm not saying yes, but like, can you be good and be a scoring guard or a combo guard? And he is a scoring point guard.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to have a scorer in Peterson. You're going to have a scoring in Keontae George. You just said Jaren Jefferson Jr. He's going to want the rock.
Jaren Jefferson
Jr. Sorry, Jaren Jackson. I would say Justin Jefferson. My bad. Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson Jr. You got offensively minded guys. Who is doing the playmaking around? Is what I'm asking. Because like you got like Walker Kessler. Yeah, he's big, but he's not like a distributing. Lauri Marketing is a shooter that can't rebound. I'm not trying to pick apart. I'm just saying like I get where you're going. You still need somebody that's going to hold the fort of the offense. And if he could become it, sure. What was it? Isaiah Collier? You're saying he had like 70 assists in one game, but he's like 5'9", right? Like he's not going to be the guy. He's not going to be their point guard. It's going to be George.
Yeah.
And if you just have just scoring, like at some point you got to find somebody that's going to hold this young talent together because they are going to be very young. That average roster is going to probably be what, younger than 26 years old, 27 years old? I'd imagine it's around that. Yeah,
they're young. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy because some of these teams that are in the bottom of the barrel for so many years are pretty much it's over for them. It's over for the tank job there, which is nice. And then like for me, like the Grizzlies, like the John Morant thing didn't work out. The Bane thing, the Jaren Jackson thing, like it's a chance for them to reset. I'm fine with that. And the Bulls, I feel bad for the Bulls fans because it's such a storied franchise, and their ownership just sucks.
Down here. Yeah,
their ownership sucks. Their front office has sucked for 5 years, and it's just like it's a chance for them to get something nice. You know, I'm not going to be the Bulls.
They're going to get a piece to build around, and if there's a team that you go, ooh, okay, it's going to be Chicago. And the reason why I say that is what point guard, flashy point guard, although he was number one, but what flashy point guard did they bring in to rejuvenize that town? It was Derrick Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's cool to have a Boozer. I know it's cool to have a Caleb Wilson.
Caleb Wilson's cool.
Darius Acuff Jr. sells tickets.
You know,
and if the Bulls have a chance, just you want to quote me on this, sure, but I look at it as if there's going to be something that you bring in for energy, for ticket sales, to rejuvenize this franchise, you don't get a big. People don't want to buy a 6'10 signature shoes. They want the point guards. They want the shooting guards. And if they have them at 4, you go Darius Acuff and you hit your wagons around that dude and say, hey, it's your franchise.
I think it's an argument. Like, he's good. I don't think they would be wrong to do that.
Yeah.
I think the top 3 seems pretty solidified. Top 3 or 4. And then, like, you know, potentially 4 through 10 can get a little crazy. Just a couple other things. Like, you asked me about the Pacers thing, and you didn't know the full story.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Zubac trade?
Well, I didn't realize that he played for the Pacers.
Okay. So at the deadline,
I thought he was always just on the Clippers.
At the deadline, the Pacers traded the Clippers for Ivica Zubac. And the trade was a first-round pick this year.
Ew.
And a first-round pick, I think, 2 years out. It was
for Zubac?
But there's a thing. It was 2 first-round picks for Zubac. And the pick this year, they made a top 4 protected.
I hate these rules. Go ahead.
So if the Pacers won the lottery and finished in the top 4, the Pacers would keep their pick. So in the Pacers' mind, right, and the pick would convey to like 2031. So in the Pacers' mind, it's like, hey, we have a chance to fill the void left by Miles Turner with who we think is a better center on a good contract. And we're going to be shitty. If we finish top 4 in the draft lottery, right, which they had a 52% chance of doing, we get to pick one of the 4 really good guys we like, we add Zubac, and we still have our core guys of Pascal, Halliburton, and the other guys, right? They're feeling like we're cooking for the next 6 years. Like those first round picks aren't going to mean shit. However, the way they were positioned is like there was a 48% chance that they don't make the top 4, and their pick falls between like 5 and 7, depending on how many times they get jumped.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't make the top 4. They finished 5, which means the pick gets handed over to the Clippers. So the Clippers now have the number 5 pick. And in a vacuum, the reason why it's good is like, hey, if it worked out in the favor of the Pacers, you have like a really strong core for the next 4 years because they're all pretty young and on good contracts. So you're feeling great. But on the flip side,
now they don't have a first round pick.
You traded Zubac for the 5th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, that's just ugly optics. I don't even care if there was a possibility. I'm not doing that at all. I'm not risking the future for that. That's insane.
Yeah. So it was.
And they made this trade pre Halliburton or post Halliburton injury.
This was post injury. So
yeah, I'm not doing that.
They knew they were going to be bad. They were like, hey.
Yeah. So they put the lottery on trying to double dip essentially.
They tried double dipping and they said, hey, we have a slightly better than 50% chance. Let's try it. And it backfired in their face.
That's ugly. Yeah, I'm not risking that at all. That's so nasty work.
By the way, how funny would it be if the league found that they were guilty of all that aspiration stuff and back channel paying Kawhi and took that pick away from the Clippers?
So if that happened, would they just know the number 4 pick, the 5 pick?
Yeah, if that happened.
It just would get skipped.
I don't think that would happen, but
no, I don't. Not this far. But that, yeah, I forgot that they just swept that shit under the rug too.
By the way, if this is the ultimate draft, like if you thought the NBA was rigging the draft lottery,
this is the one that you look at and say, no, it's not.
The pie in your face, because would the NBA give the Clippers the 5th overall pick after all that? Probably not. Would the NBA keep the Warriors at 11 if it was rigged? Probably not. They would probably give Steph
try to get him a little bit higher.
Yeah, one more jump at it. I just one last funny thing about the draft that I heard today, which is interesting. So I told you the Jazz had never moved up in the lottery. Like they always either slid or stayed pat. So the Jazz obviously. Do you know how the lottery works, by the way, with the ping pong balls?
I did when they actually had ping pong balls, and obviously, like the fewer that you had, the higher chance.
It's like bingo almost, where there's like a shit ton of numbers, like 1 through 15, and you have like combinations of numbers, and they just like randomly come up.
Okay.
Anyways, so the Jazz got the balls for number 2, right? So like, yes, we got number 2 pick, but all the balls still stay in place, and you still have all the numbers on your card. The number 3 pick, you know who got the balls for it?
No,
the Jazz. They didn't. Obviously, if you already get your pick, like if you already slotted,
you don't go back.
Do it again. But the Jazz, a franchise who's never moved up in the lottery, back to back picks, like would have moved
2 and
up.
3.
Yeah, which is pretty insane luck.
I missed them actually showing the lottery. I was interested in it when it was that, not these cards that they just opened.
They're gonna do it. They might do it live again because I've heard that with the new format.
I like this format too.
They're going to simplify and just have balls with teams' logos on it.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. So it just would be like, you show it to the screen.
Yeah. Well, then because they had the whole frozen envelope controversy, you remember that? Do you know about that?
Was that not Shaq? Frozen envelope. I feel like that was 2000s.
That was the Knicks.
For Ewing?
With Ewing.
Okay.
The theory was
that was pretty close when I said Shaq.
The theory was with the frozen envelope is that they had an envelope for the Knicks and they had it in the freezer before putting it in the container. And the theory is, or the conspiracy theory is that they put the cold envelope in there, and when Stern was digging around, he was trying to feel for a cold one so they could give the Knicks the number 1 overall pick. That is the theory behind the frozen envelope, to get the Knicks number 1 overall pick and Patrick Ewing, who was supposed to be like at the time, which he was a great player, but he was at the time was like generational type player, which you know kind of was
into a championship, but still.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. I love the NBA draft. That's going to happen after the season. But before we get to that, let's talk about some sad teams that seasons have ended, kind of. And yes. Kind of a weird thing to have a Lakers obituaries are playing tonight, but I mean they're down 3-0 against a team who hasn't lost in the playoffs without Luka Doncic. So I think it's fair to say their season
I
is
think
done.
the average margin of victory is also like 40 points a game. But
Yeah, I saw an interesting stat today about there's a lot of complaining and crying about we'll start with the Lakers, I guess.
Yep.
There's a lot of complaining and crying about Lakers and the Thunder getting favorable treatment by the referees in this series, and you can agree or disagree, but after 3 games the Lakers have the free throw advantage in the series. I think it was like 54-46 in the Lakers' favor. So like miss me with kind of like, oh, the refs are favoring the Thunder. I mean, I get the complaints because again, we know what SGA does and we know how physical OKC plays, but at the same time, it's like you're not getting extra points on free throws over the course of the series. But I digress. So D, this is your team. I'll let you take the lead.
So I won't jump into the what's next yet, but I will give a shout out, a King's honor, whatever it may be. LeBron's playing his ass off. This is one of the craziest series you'll ever see from somebody that is 40 years old or older in any sport. Like you can take a 40-year-old baseball player, 40-year-old hockey player, 40-year-old NBA player, 40-year-old NFL player. Like what LeBron James is doing is insane. So like big shouts to him for continuously trying to will this team to win. Rui Hachimura is doing the Lord's work with working in the mid-range. I don't know if there's he's like
his 3-point percentage over the past
like 80%.
Yeah, it's insane.
Ridiculous numbers, albeit it's not a lot of volume, but like it's still shooting a high clip. And he's doing what like we look at and goes, all right, that's the Rui that we wanted him to be when he wasn't a number 1 pick. I think he was top 3 when he was out of Gonzaga, right?
I think he was pick number 8 or something.
Oh, he's a little bit lower than that. Okay, yeah, I can double check. Not a big deal. He was 9, 9 out of Washington. But like he's playing his ass off. Like this is good for Rui, the one that I said, hey, I need him to be this, and he is being that. Basically, the second best player on the team right now. Mid-range is very Sean Livingston-esque. It's just the rest of the team is in shambles. And I know he's coming back from an injury, but I'm going to give you the no excuse if you're playing. I've never seen Austin Reeves look like this. And AJ Mitchell, Lou Dort, they are harassing him on offense where he's averaging like 7 turnovers a game. And the Lakers this is where I can't agree with the free throws and the fouling, because it doesn't matter about fouls. If you have 30 turnovers in a game, you're not going to win. They had, let me get it was 16 this last game. I want to say game 2 is when they had a ridiculous amount of turnover. I was like, you're not going to win. I don't care if it's a 7-point game or a 2-point game. Yeah, they had 20 turnovers in game 2. Like, you can't win games like that, especially against OKC, which I remember when we had that stat a couple of years ago, they had the highest points off of turnovers. I don't know what it was this past year, but that was what before they won a championship, we were like, they'll probably win a championship, because when they turn the rock, when you get a turnover against them, they score at the highest clip. And like that's
pace. They didn't turn the ball over either.
Exactly. So like their average margin right there just is an automatic win for them. And so these past couple of games, you've just seen like the Lakers get sped up. Austin Reeves being the one that gets sped up. They don't have an actual point guard. Marcus Smart is. Everybody respects the game of Marcus Smart. He's not a point guard though. He never has been. He's the heart and soul of a team. He can help you on the defense somewhat, but he's 6'3". You don't really get much out of there. So I don't want to even waste time on DeAndre Ayton, but
dominating.
I don't understand how somebody said something today, and I was like, "That's if I'd have thought of that, I probably would have said, why do we even have him?" But they said DeAndre Ayton has been in the league for 10 years, and he looks like the exact same person that got drafted as the number 1 pick.
He looks worse than that.
You think he look well? Okay, so it doesn't matter then. What I'm saying is like he's not bigger. Muscle wise, he's not faster. He's not more athletic. He's not more skilled. He is. You're saying worse, which I guess I could agree, but I'm saying they said He is the exact same player that he was when he was drafted as he is right now. He's had zero progression, and that's terrible. Like, he's been on plenty of contending teams. He's been to the NBA Finals, and this is
good there too. He was good.
Yeah, this is the product that we get. So, yeah, there's no. I said they'd be lucky if they won 2 games. If they win tonight, sure. It's just is gentleman's wise, but like I had zero hope of them contending in this. You gotta be realistic. It's just now with the way that this has turned out, there are other problems that when we get to the what's next that you go, oh my goodness, we thought it was bad. It's pretty rough right now because of what you have to do or what you potentially might have to do. But I'll let you get yours.
I don't think the what's next bad for Lakers. I think this is the best position the Lakers have been in 2 off seasons going to this one, because you were gifted Luka Doncic now a year and a half ago, before last year's deadline.
Mm-hmm.
You had basically 1 off season of having Luka Doncic to figure things out, and the Lakers have been handcuffed in the fact that when you acquire Luka Doncic, you have his massive salary, you have LeBron's massive salary, and you have the looming impact of having to pay Austin Reeves, which he's going to get that salary.
That's the one I'm talking about.
But on the bright side, you're going to either lose LeBron or he's going to re-sign at a much lower number. And you should, in theory, have some flexibility to start putting a team around. This is the offseason where they actually can look at the blank slate ahead of them and say, this is the team. This is the offseason for the Lakers where I'm going to create a team specifically for Luka Doncic. I'm going to get the rim running big that could protect the paint. I'm going to get the shooters on the outside that when Luka draws to, we can find an open shooter. Like, this is going to be the best offseason the Lakers have, as far as now we have a clear path forward, cutting LeBron's salary one way or the other. And now we can fully focus with all of our resources available on making this Lucas team. So I think you have the most important piece, D.
Yeah.
You have the top 5 player in the league. Now you have the opportunity for the Lakers going forward to craft this team and mold it. Because did we really think when Luka made it to the finals with the Mavs that the team was that great? It was Luka.
It was. Kyrie.
Yeah, and Kyrie to an extent. But they crafted a team to amplify Luka's strength. Your Kyrie now can be Austin Reeves.
No.
Your Brunson.
Go ahead.
Your Brunson, whatever, can be your running mate, I'm saying, can be Austin Reeves. Now it's time to figure out all these other pieces and fit it to Luka. And I think the Lakers should be optimistic. Lakers fans should be optimistic going into next year.
So everything that 96% of what you just said is what people are thinking. It's the scary 4% at the end that you talked about, paying Austin Reeves. This series is proving you cannot do that if you're the Lakers. And it hurts to say that because this dude was an undrafted player from Oklahoma who, the white dude in the G League, Development League, whatever it's called, then he gets called up, he gets his chance, and the beginning of this season was going off. Like, you were looking at him as like comeback player of the year or most improved, whatever it is. He was averaging 30 a game. It was insane. Then he gets the injury, comes back, and it doesn't look the same. The problem is, listen to me. The problem is, you know that Luka can't play defense. It is being exposed that AR cannot play defense either. You cannot have 50% of your salary, if you're saying to pay Austin Reeves, you can't have that much of a percentage of your salary tied up into 2 players that can't play defense. It's not successful at all. You just talked about Dallas and what they got and why they couldn't win against the Celtics was because they had Kyrie and Luka. They don't play defense. Who attacked them? The wings for the Boston Celtics, and then Derek White, Drew Holiday, the bully guards did because they couldn't play defense. You cannot. And I want this kid to get paid because he deserves it. He's played his ass off. But if you're the Lakers, You cannot pay. I put my money and resources into Rui more than Austin Reeves, because if you bring back Reeves on the max contract that he's going to require, you're in the same spot, a 3 seed that's bounced in the second round because he can't play defense.
Now I'll have to check the trade machine later. What if I offer this? Is just random.
Oh yeah, I love. Let's go. I do these. I like these. Yeah.
What if I offered you
sign and trade for who?
Sign and trade. You got to package up like a
Giannis. Yes.
Do you have a first round pick available?
No, not for the years. But let me go check for you. We got rid of him for.
You want a running mate. You want a running mate that could play some defense. What if I said, you know, who would love a little white guy shooter underdog?
Jaylen Brown.
The Boston Celtics fans. Jaylen Brown for Austin Reeves. Give me like a first round in the future. Would you say no?
I would take it in a heartbeat, because he'd come back to Cal. It's not like he's not from around here. It's literally when we went to school. But that is the two-way wing that Luka Doncic needs. He needs somebody that can go get a bucket, but he's also a defender. And yeah, I would, if you were to rank who's available and who you'd rather have, whether it was Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Cat, or any other player, I would put Jaylen Brown at the top and be like, yes, that's who I'd rather have alongside Luka Doncic right now.
Because I think on the Celtics side, like Jaylen Brown's salary is enormous. I think it goes up to 70. So like the Celtics would shave a good chunk of salary, even if you give Reeves.
I'm gonna text the boys that. I'm gonna say, hey, would you guys take AR
salary? And do we really need Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Like, if we could have a nice outside shooter, ball handler to go with Tatum as the lead dog, like I think the Celtics fans would be pretty happy about that.
Let me see if that works. Did you check the salaries match up?
Well, because he'd have to get signed, so I don't know what his new salary would be if he signed a max.
Okay.
So hypothetical.
We'll figure that out.
But I don't think the Lakers are in a bad spot because you're the biggest thing checked off. The 76ers though. Let's talk the 76ers.
Yeah.
After the performance against the Celtics, weight of falling. I mean, you know what though? Weight of fall on your face, but they gave it everything they had, and it was a very emotional win because the Celtics have been their bugaboo, and to overcome that obstacle, it must have felt really good. But it took a lot out of them to get past the Celtics. I mean, we saw it in the closeout game for the 76ers. Joel was barely making it by. Wasn't the same in the last series. Looks like Paul George ran out of steam as well. And on the flip side, like the Knicks are firing on all cylinders right now after game 3 against the Hawks.
7 in a row.
They've won 7 in a row. Their offense is absolutely on fire right now. So part of it's 76ers falling apart, and part of it's the Knicks really ramping into full swing. Going forward, though, the unfortunate thing with the 76ers is like when we saw Joel healthy, when we saw Paul George, being more of Paul George, this team looked good against the Celtics, but they came back to earth. And we feel good about BJ Edgecombe as a running mate with Maxey. We feel great about Maxey as the guy in Philadelphia. The big thing that they're tied to now, though, is like, all right, we have our core 2, it looks like, and we're kind of still stuck with Joel, and we're kind of still stuck with Paul George because, like, despite how well they played in the playoffs, they kind of showed who they really are. And now their contracts again look terrible. So I don't know. It feels like the 76ers are who they're going to be. I don't see many huge moves they can make going forward. I don't know how you feel about it.
You're not getting anything help-wise from the draft. And that ownership has continuously put this team in very bad spots with the moves that they make year after year. I mean, we could just go all the way back to them drafting what's his name over Tatum, and I think there was somebody else. Fultz. Yeah, Markelle Fultz. Like, and 3 years later, he wasn't even on the team. The whole Ben Simmons ordeal. They've just had so many. They've had so many chances to get over the hump, and I think I even heard somebody say that like they haven't been past or out of the second round since like 2001. With as much talent that has gone through Philly, we're talking James Harden was over there, right? Names that you look at as saying all NBA players, and it hasn't worked. you have VJ Max, right? Like you have your team, your core. And I know he didn't play the best, VJ Edgecombe, in the series against New York. I get it, but he is a guy. He is a
He's
dude.
a rookie too, by the way. He's a young
exactly. Rookie. Like let's taper the expectations on like what he's supposed to do. Shining bright lights in the Garden in a game 7 and he put up 30. Like he's got it. The guy's got it. So it was a bad series, but I'm still hitching the wagons around VJ and Tyrese. What you build around him is got to come with getting rid of Paul. I don't know if anybody's going to take what I know. But
how do you do that?
There's got to be a team that will just take on the salary, knowing that they're still going to be in the dumps.
Picks to do that. Unfortunately, now that sucks. Like that's the thing. If it was just one, if it was just Paul George, or if it was just Joel Embiid, you can figure it out. But
you don't think the Pacers do something stupid and bring him back home?
No, they would take picks. Sure, they will take some picks. Like I don't know what their salary situation is, but like again, no one's going to give anything up to get Paul George.
Yeah.
The what I see happening with Paul George, if they really want to move on, is like they find like the Nets and be like, hey, we'll give you a couple first round picks to just take the salary.
Yeah.
It sucks, man, because like I don't like Philly fans because they're assholes generally, but like I like Tyrese, I like Edgecombe, but it feels like for the next 2 or 3 years, unless they get aggressive and find a way to move these guys, this team's just gonna be what it is. And like what it is if Joel's healthy and Paul George is healthy, they're feisty. That's a big if because they never are.
Well, also true. I mean, Paul wasn't really hurt this year though. He was just out because of the suspension, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he started the season with the late. He had some sort of thing to start the season. He missed the beginning of the year, but yeah, the suspension hit him up too. I mean, Paul George didn't play any back-to-backs this year because he came in the season injured, and Joel, like they did the best they could to manage his health, and
then a random appendectomy,
but even after that, like he still wasn't like you could tell the man was not right.
I'm just saying, like that. It's not like the injuries they're not like from previous injuries. Like it's not like he had a torn ACL. Now he's got a bad left quad, and that it's like it went from a broken face to fractured hand to a knee to need an appendectomy. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all unrelated injuries that are making him miss time, not including the first 2 seasons of his career he didn't really play. Like,
yeah, the only thing
that time is going to catch up to him, which it is right now.
The only thing that could potentially bail out the 76ers if they can't move on from the 2 guys they have is with these new flattened odds potentially going in the future. Like this team could get bailed out by being a playing team and potentially,
getting into the top 4 because of it.
Getting in the top 4, and then all things are off the table. Which is again, I kind of like that randomness.
It benefits them. I mean, for if there's any of the like the Bulls used to be that. The middling team that like too good to be a top 5, but not good enough to actually do anything.
That also, I feel like is going to make it very scary to trade away picks in the future because like
you might have a chance.
Yeah, like unless you're the Thunder or the Spurs, that you're like we're gonna be a top 3 team no matter what. Unless you're that team, you're giving away a potential lottery pick to the top 4.
Mm-hmm. That's a high risk, low reward right there. Making a trade. Dog, I just looked at the box score and I don't understand Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. I really don't. We don't need to go about too much farther. Yeah. It's just like they're just out of nowhere. They both randomly can just be like, oh yeah, second quarter, 17 shots, 0 points. It's like,
yeah. I mean, it's the problems of a short guard and a guy who gets stage fright in the playoffs.
He's playing decent, but yeah, Donovan is I think I just read he was like over 6, 0 points. It's like
he's not getting to the line either. Like that's the most damning.
Not in the playoffs, yeah.
If you're not getting to the line and your shot isn't falling, then good luck. By the way, James Harden, did I tell you James Harden is my birthday twin?
No, I didn't know that.
We have the same exact birthday.
Terrible birthday to have that.
I think I mentioned the Spurs. Let's quickly. I mean, there's a lot of other series going on. But this is the most interesting to us right now. Is the Spurs Timberwolves? Is it
2-2
right now? 2-2 after Wemby was ejected in Game 4.
Give a run-on test.
There was like 8 minutes left in the second quarter, so like more or less he missed 75% of the game. It was still competitive down the stretch. It was a close game, a 5-point game. To me, this has been the story of I want to say a better team, and I think the Spurs are a better team.
Yeah.
But I think that the Timberwolves are more poised because of the playoff experience, and they're more physical, and they play with a bigger edge. And that is
battle tested. That's the word that you're looking for.
Not only battle tested, they're battle tested, but like they play a physical brand of basketball compared to the Spurs, and I think that's keeping them in the series.
Oh, they're beating up the Spurs.
Yes,
they are, and I mean, I'm not saying that an elbow to the neck is okay. If you watch the series, Wemby's
brutalizing him.
Yeah, he's getting beat up. He's 7'5". Like Gobert is shorter than him. Like, so he gives him a little shove here, and then if you go down there and you see Julius Randle is going to give him a little of this. Nas Reed plays with an edge. He's going to give you a little bit of this. So yeah, they're beating him up. And again, I'm not warranting a Ron Artest elbow to the neck like on James Harden. That shit was hilarious, but it's also wrong. Like, that is dead wrong to do that. So I'm not mad at obviously the ejection. I'm not saying that I'm mad at the non-suspension. I just look at it as, all right, we've seen this side of you now. Don't let it cost you. You dropped one game. They're not going to stop being physical with you, right? They're still going to try to bully you. They're going to try to get you out of your game. And now they've seen that you've shown a sign of weakness. We need to see Monk Manyama, whatever it is, when he was Shaolin Monk shaved head and he was in his own namaste stage. We need that the rest of the series. Killer instinct, but he can't show this sign of weakness anymore, or it's going to impact the series.
I mean, that game 4 loss was on him. And ultimately, if game 4 is the deciding factor in the series and they lose, the playoff series losses on him for losing is cool, which is crazy to say, but it's true. Especially like if you watch the game down the stretch where the Timberwolves dominated in game 4 was getting rebounds at the closeout parts of the game. I think at one point the Spurs put out a lineup with, I think their tallest guy was Champagnie. They went ultra small. They just didn't have the size. It was Cornet and that's it. And having Wemby get ejected, the lack of size and physicality down low really showed, in the Timberwolves were able to capitalize on that. And by the way, like, as this series progresses, if you were the Spurs, listen, the Timberwolves are the most frustrating team in the NBA.
Always have been.
They treat the regular season like they are the biggest turn the switch on team. They treat the regular season like it doesn't matter. They walk through it, they make terrible mistakes, they melt down in the fourth quarter. But the playoffs start, this is a completely new team.
You want to know why?
What's up?
They got number 5.
Well, hold on. Let me get to it. That's what I'm saying. What I was going to say is that the Spurs' best chance of just winning this series, granted they could still win, and they probably are favored, but they needed to put the Timberwolves away early because number 5 came into this series on a minute restriction the first 2 games. Like, I don't know how he's even playing now after that knee injury, but like,
hyperextended knee 2 weeks ago.
You can see as the series progresses, Ant Edwards is becoming more of Ant Edwards. He's
trying to dunk on somebody.
The minute totals are going up, the point totals are going up, and just the play on the court is improving. And if this gets to game 7, we're going to see Ant Edwards 3 weeks removed from the hyperextension, feeling more like himself. That's a situation the Spurs don't want to see themselves in.
Ant's that guy. There's people that can help steal you a game, and there's people that can help steal you a series. Ant Edwards is going to get you a series. If it's not about efficiency with Ant Edwards. It's about pure volume and killer instinct. He doesn't care if he's 10 for 30. If the game's on the line, he's saying, give me the ball. I'm shooting it. You need someone like that on your team. And this past game that he just had, number-wise, I think he had 36, 6, and 2 with a steal. Like, he said, put the team on my back, though, and he went and did that. I think Julius Randle is playing consistent. Gobert is playing consistent. Iota Sumo really hasn't like done what we saw him do in Denver. So like you are banking this entire series on one guy and he's still wearing that cape.
Yeah.
Fresh off of a hyperextended, like I want to make sure you guys understand. If that happens to one of us right now, I'm in the hospital for 2 months. I got a cast. I'm out of work. Like I can't do nothing. This dude is playing NBA games. 40 minutes at that in one. So you guys are wondering, there's 48 minutes in an NBA game. He is 2 weeks removed from a hyperextended knee, playing in the NBA playoffs against the number 2 seed, and he played 40 minutes. Scored 36 points. Just an athletic freak.
Let's play a fun thought experiment.
Okay.
I want you to say Edwards or blank player. And I'll give you blank player. And the category is a guy that you're going to want on your team that's just going to put a game away and just win it for you. Like a guy that you want on your team that you look at him and go, we got this because we got blank player.
Mm-hmm.
Ant Edwards or Luka Doncic?
Luka.
Okay, fair. Ant Edwards or SGA?
SGA.
That's a tough one. Ant Edwards, Cade Cunningham.
Oh, Ant.
Okay. Ant Edwards, Jalen Brunson.
Ant
Edwards, Nikola Jokic.
Ant Edwards.
I think
because
so.
he's just more efficient.
And he's gonna just be aggressive.
He also had the most threes in a season. So like Jokic, you can play him a certain way.
And then this is an easy one. Ant Edwards or Victor Wembanyama.
And I was expecting you to say Tatum. I thought you were going to throw in Tatum.
And that one's
tough. No, it's not. Tatum healthy. If it's, I might go Ant, but it's like 51-49. It's really close. I don't think we respect because he's been injured for a year. We don't remember how tough Jason Tatum was in that championship run with the games on the line. This brother was a 6'8" sniper, basically step back 3. Like it was not easy. There were, but Ant's gonna do it. That's why I started giving Ant the edge. Ant's gonna take the shot. He doesn't care. But yeah, I would say if it's not Luka, SGA, or I think that's it. If it's not Luka or SGA, I'm taking Ant over everybody in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
That's insane. Oh.
It is what it is, man.
It's not. It's his world. And like I've been trying to give him the keys to the ship for the NBA for 3 years. He just doesn't care. Nor does he like want. He's just like, look, if you guys, he's too jokeable. You guys want to give it to me, I'll take it. But if not, I'm gonna just go out there and drop 40. Did you see his like post-game interview? They were like, hey, we need to speak to you. He's like, hold on a second. I gotta go say hi to my mom. Yeah. Just randomly, hey mom, call grandma. I think she called my phone. All right, cool. I gotta talk to you guys now. And they're like, is everything good? He's like, yeah, I got more important shit to handle. Like, okay, I'm only here because I'm here so I don't get fined. Like, I'm here because it's part of my job. But like, I'd rather end this game and go tell my mom to go call my grandma and tell her we won. Like, that's what I need.
I think if anything, this playoff run by the Spurs has made me think. You know, they have all these draft picks, and they're always in these rumors of like, are they going to make a move to win now? I think they stand pat with their young core. I think Dylan Harper's untouchable. Stephon Castle's untouchable. Those 3 will ride it out for the rest of the time because Dylan Harper, 24 points on elite efficiency in game 4. They lost, but like, I love Harper, man. That dude's going to be an absolute stud.
Spark off the bench.
Absolute stud. He's only going to get better. And the big question is going to be what if they do lose the series and if they don't make the finals. The big question is going to be
Fox.
Just Fox.
Yeah.
And I don't know what. It's not as bad of a contract as we talked about Paul George and stuff. It's not the best contract, but
he's just there.
It doesn't make sense. He's there to usher in the young guys, and eventually it's going to be handed over. Like I'm looking at the box score, 24 points. Great, but then if you look at the shooting,
8 for 23, not good.
Yeah, like they needed someone though. They needed someone this year to help out.
Yes, he is what when it comes to offensive output, what you want Stephon Castle to get to, but Stephon Castle sees the floor and plays at a more efficient clip than De'Aaron Fox does.
And I also think with Castle, and I was wrong about Castle.
Yes, you were.
I don't think the Spurs thought Castle would, like, his progression would be this quickly linear up. Like, I think maybe they thought he needed a couple years, and now as we see Castle really taking off, and we see in even year one, Harper really showing a lot of good flash. They probably thought like the Fox thing is going to be a 2-year experiment to give Wemby a chance now, and also slowly ease these other guys in. But the other guys are probably going to be there next year. Like they're going to
ready
be,
now.
yeah, they're ready. So yeah, I think Fox in the offseason is going to be really interesting, regardless of how this turns out.
They got a team. They got a fun team.
I'm excited.
They just happen to draw the T-Wolves.
Yeah,
that's if I think they would be in a better spot if they got the Nuggets. They got the Nuggets. I think they would be up 3-1 right now. You got a dog, and everybody hates to fight this team. Every single series is a dog fight, and Edwards is a killer.
What do you think's better for the NBA? Ant Edwards advancing to further make him the face of, the next generation, or to have Victor Wembanyama advance and have the Spurs versus Thunder in the conference finals?
For fans, they want the Spurs. For NBA watchers, they want the Wolves.
For Adam Silver, hoping the NBA headquarters, Spurs.
He's hoping for the Spurs because for the NBA watchers, we always say you need to get punched in the mouth. I don't think the Spurs are the OKC Thunder from last year, with like we were waiting for them to get punched. I don't think they're there yet, but they will contend against the Spurs. They'll contend against the Thunder. If the Wolves punch the Spurs, you'll see them be even better next year. And I don't think the gap is as big as people want it to be between OKC versus the Thunder. I mean, OKC versus the Wolves. If they line up in the finals, the conference finals against each other, because you got the best team versus one of the best players. And I'm telling you, players can steal series. And I get it. The Thunder are that damn good. If you get Ant Edwards and another Western Conference Finals chance after he took him to 7 against Dallas a couple years ago, that brother's not going to die. He will do everything he can to drag that team to the finals.
The one thing I'm rooting for the Timberwolves is I heard a story. Nick Wright, you familiar with him?
Name sounds familiar.
He does. He's on FS1. He has his First Things First show.
He's got the slick hair.
Yeah,
I know him. Yep.
He was telling a story about him and his buddies go to the sports book, and he saw, I think before Game 1 against the Spurs, the Timberwolves had 201 odds to win the championship, and he's like, "That's insane." So he called his buddies, and his buddies put I think $10,000 on the Timberwolves to win, to pay out $1.2 million.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine hitting that bet, man?
I mean, if you got 5 buds to drop $2,000 a piece,
he's good for it. He's got money.
I know. I'm just saying, like, but if you got people that could do that for $1 million payout for a $10,000 investment, that's insane.
I wish him luck, but I personally, I would love to see the Spurs advance, just because I think they pose the toughest challenge for the Thunder, and they proved it. And I really don't want the Thunder to win. I want the finals to be the Spurs Knicks, because I think that would be the most drama.
That'd be a lot of tradition right there. That'd be a lot of tradition between those two teams.
Can I just say before we exit today and closing takes, I really fucking hope the Knicks don't make it to the finals, man, because the Knicks,
they're beating the brakes off of the Pistons or the Cavs.
The Pistons are so obnoxious, man. I mean, excuse me, the Pistons. The Knicks fans are
of course they are. Go New York, go New York, go! Like, yes, they are on cloud 11. They have surpassed 9 right now. They're on cloud 11. And
congratulations on beating the Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers.
They beat the brakes off the 76ers, though. But the Pistons, they play with their food too much. And they're lucky that they drew the Cavs round 2. Like, that's just, obviously the benefit of being the 1 seed. But I don't know, man. Knicks look tough.
I'm rooting for the Pistons. Because, hey, they beat the Magic.
Got to get by the Cavs. They're struggling against the Cavs.
Do you realize the Cavs have not won a road playoff game all playoffs?
No,
The playoffs
that
have
doesn't
not started
surprise
for the Cavs yet.
That doesn't surprise me at all, though.
James Harden. All right, let's hit up closing takes and get out of here. I got a good one today. I'm very excited.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Now go.
All right, closing takes the time for me and D to get off any take we want, sports, pop culture, whatever. D, I want to talk to you about some baseball.
Oh, I'm always here for that.
I found this amazing thing online, and I shared it with my wife, and she didn't appreciate it as much as I thought she should. So I want to share it with you because I know you really appreciate it for what it's worth. I want to tell you about Tropicana Field, where the Tampa Bay Rays play. Oh, yeah. you know about
I went there.
Do you know about the sky deck seats they have now?
The ones that were above, like straight up.
They are like center fields, like the far back area. They have this called the sky deck. They offer this new thing at the sky deck this year. They have the sky deck all-inclusive seats. I checked online for the prices just to make sure that what I read was real, and you can go buy them today. $46 to go to the baseball game. All you can eat, all you can drink. Includes beer, includes wine, soda, popcorn, pretzels, hot dogs, pulled chicken nachos, cheesy nachos, pulled chicken sandwiches. 9 innings. You can just go back up and get another beer for free. $46 baseball game. All you can eat, all you can drink. That's fucking
sit
amazing.
All the way up there.
Yeah, I would just. I mean, I'm not watching the game anyways. When I'm watching like half the baseball game,
I'm
drinking all the time.
We need to find a way to get to Tampa.
That's so good, man. That's awesome.
Insane. You pay $20 for a goddamn hot dog at Fenway.
No, dude, you get a hot dog and a beer at Fenway. It's gonna run you
like $35,
$24-$30.
Yep.
The whole thing. Tropicana, 9 innings. Like, that's amazing.
That's actually pretty dope.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to find a way to get there because that's amazing.
I have a reason to go visit Tampa.
Facts.
That was my take for the day.
I mean, I don't really have one. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout. I know they're not watching or listening right now, but I'm going to give a little credit to you. So over Sunday, yesterday, I know that you've been following along with what I've done with all these leagues that I'm in or running, and I've had a college football league for quite some time, like 2-3 years. And this past spring, I guess now, I started a 2K league. And I want to just obviously give you a shout to it and props because hear me out. We've been doing this for 4 years. I think when we started it, I was a guest on one of your shows. What was it? We got balls.
Yeah, we did NFL buy or sell stocks.
Yeah. And it was just like, hey, Darian, you want to, my name is Darian, but Darian, you want to jump in on a show randomly? And I was like, all right, I'll try it. And then 4 years later, we have this, right? And yesterday, I've never done it before. I ran an 1.5-hour show of just talking league. Yeah, nice. It was dope. And it was engaging, obviously. The members of the league were all in asking questions. I set up our rules. I had all these graphics, and it's a credit to it's dope. But what I'm saying is it's a credit to what we've been able to do here. And if we weren't able to, I was more nervous yesterday than I've ever been nervous with what we do because we just talk sports. But I don't want to mess up yesterday. It was just me. It's not easy to hold the fort. You did it before too. You hold the whole show by yourself. It's not easy.
By the way, this is a good time to say, next week is the last show that I'm going to be on for a little bit.
Okay.
Because I'm going to Portugal.
Oh, yeah. I can't say it loud either, but yeah, we're going on vacation too. In June.
If you want to run a show, like a recording, by all means, that would be amazing. I will publish that shit and listen to it.
I jumped into I started filtering. I was like, I don't want to mess with any of our overlays that we have whatnot. So I just did it on OBS. But it was cool. It was dope. So
you can launch your own studio in this if you want.
I know. I always text. So oddly enough, that's why I text you on Sunday.
I will create a studio for you next
time.
No,
you're good. You're cool. But I texted you Sunday, and you got to start off with something nice because Mother's Day. So yo, happy Mother's Day. And then I just forgot to ask you what I wanted to ask you. About it. But no, that's what my closing take is, man. It's cool that like we both now can do that because of this. Yeah. Just like the practice. I was just telling you, this is episode 164 that we've done. Insane. And obviously it's not every Monday. It used to be on Tuesday. It's not every Tuesday. It's like we got lives, but like the fact that we just get on here and just talk sports, talk shit, talk gaming for an hour and 20 minutes. It's just insane if you think about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can run a meeting at work like there's nobody's business. I can just talk for days, man.
Oh, it's fun though. It's fun. But yeah, big shouts to you, man. There's a lot of help that you provided when it comes to what I was able to do yesterday, and you didn't even know it.
Let me know next time you want to do it. I'll set up the thing for you.
Oh no, I'll show you after. I got the setup, bro.
All right. Well, you can show me after, but after we get on out of here.
After we get up out of here, for those that were able to watch us live, thank you. We appreciate y'all watching us live. Again, you can find us on Facebook Live. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitch. Next day, you can find us on podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts.
If it's TikTok, you want to find us, it might make like 4.
Well, that's not just the thing. There's a little bit of a delay apparently with posting onto TikTok. So still hit us up. You can find our clips. Not last week's, but what it is before that.
We're crushing it too much on TikTok. They're trying to throttle us down.
One of these days, we are going to go viral. And we're getting close. There's a couple clips that are like, 50, 60 likes, 30, 40 comments. We're going to break. One of these days, we're going to break the dam, and it's going to be amazing. But, hey, again, find us on all of our platforms. More importantly, you can find us on the website at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. Please, please, please be a friend. Say something nice. You never know what it could do for them. Make sure to take care of y'all mentals. We're going to make sure we take care of our physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all children. And we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.